I like to start at the beginning of people's stories. And so I'm curious about what your childhood was like and what did you want to be growing up?
So, as you know, I grew up in Ghana. I think I grew up with three girls, two sisters and my mom, and so it was mostly a female-dominated household, but I just grew up with a sense of admiration for just like women and the different roles women occupy, but then also admiration for like the community of like having sisters and I think that sisterhood and friendship is just really different. And it sort of carried me throughout life in terms of the communities of I form throughout my education trajectory, my mentorship, the way I mentor people. I think it's been that sort of common thread. But then growing up in Ghana, you're in school and you're smart, everyone thinks you should be a doctor. And so I think growing up in Ghana, a part of me thought I wanted to be a doctor, but I think it was mostly informed by what other people thought. And so I didn't really get a sense of, being a doctor until after college when I was actually processing it for myself and what it meant. But I would say one of the most formative years was actually attending Wesley Girls High School in Ghana. I know it gets a lot of bad rap and also hidden in the admiration for really raising women who are confident and sort of future leaders in their own right. And growing up in an all-female household, I didn't really think of the world as having different dynamics for, people based on like their gender. I didn't think there were sort of limited spaces you could occupy. And then I went to Wesley Girls, and when I reflect on my education there, I think there was an intentionality in raising girls who would be future leaders. There were things that I didn't appreciate then that I thought were just like culture or just like nitpicky. They thought about how you should present yourself in a space, how you walk into a room, what your body says about how your position is, how you take up space, how you eat, how you interact, how you pose. And it just seems trivial. But I think embedded within that was this realization that as a woman, there are spaces that you can claim as your own, but also realizing that the world is going to judge you based on just like little things here and there. And so in their educational approach, there isn't just academic rigor, but there's also sort of the cultural, almost grooming
Hmm.
of women to be in leadership roles. And I say this because anytime I've read about a woman in Ghana who is in a high position, a leadership role, 9 out of 10 times they went to Gehe. And I don't think it's by chance. I don't think it's because we are teaching something academically that others are not getting. I think it's the
Hmm.
extra that focuses on raising women to be leaders.